This time it will be the 23rd installment in my Christmas calendar series. And I think I will give you something special. And this is also kind of an unboxing. So you will see something that not many have seen before you. And this box was sent to me about a year ago, I think. Probably a little more than a year ago. And I will just cut open some of the tape. And this was open on that side. Okay. And I will tell you what's inside. Or I will move the camera so that you will be able to see this close up. Yes, I know I am as filled with excitement as you are. Okay. Some packaging, some box, an old Microsoft mice, serial mouse, and also Microsoft serial trackball, and this was the kind that you put on the side of your computer with some clipping mechanism, and you was able to use this with your laptop. And some more packaging. What's this? Okay, I wonder if this is for the trackball mechanism. Yeah, I suppose it is. So this is some clamping device that you can use on the side of your computer to clamp this. Yeah, I've seen this only in theory before, and maybe I've seen one of those mounted on a PC, but not like this. And this is what? I'm not sure. You do have a connector here for keyboard, it seems, and another keyboard. I'm not sure. We have to look more into that. But here you have what should be in this box. And on the lid here it states PS2 model L40SX. And this is one of the earlier notebooks from IBM, and this was launched just prior to their ThinkPad series. Let's see if it's in good nick. Yeah, it does look like it is in good nick. The user that had it before did work perfect, that for sure. And this computer was sold in Norway. It has the Norwegian keyboard layout. But we will take a short walkthrough and see what we have on the sides here. Here you have a floppy drive, and I do think this is the 1.44 megabyte variant. It's a bit weak here on the knob. It normally is stapled here, but this was not visible. And here you have mouse connector. You have the serial and parallel, and here you have the battery port, and the battery is removed. That's probably a good thing. And here you have the VGA connector and a docking connector. And you also have the power connector down on this side. On this side it's nothing, it's a blocked out port here. Possibly a modem or something, and on the front there is nothing but these ventilation grills. And on this side we do have the intensity and contrast knob for the screen. We do have some operation lights here, hard drive and suspend mode and so on. And you have this A and M, I'm not sure what that is, and you have the on-off switch here. Sorry. And if this was used on this computer, we should see some place to mount this, and it's probably possible just to mount it like so on the edge of the keyboard, and just like so you fasten this. So now it's clamped in, and you can use this like so. And that he also had a mice to the same computer, and we do also have this box, and this is Microsoft. And here you have another Microsoft mouse, and this is the really good stuff. It's this 2A version with serial, and it also contains the original adapter for using this on PS2. So at least I scored out pretty good on the mouse supply on this purchase. And this is a nice shape or original box. But this, I'm not sure what it is. It might be to connect an external keyboard. No, it's not. I see what it is. This is an external numeric keypad. That's what this is. So that's why you have the breakthrough connection, because this probably connects to the mice port, and then you can connect your mice to this hole here. So this is also a rather unique IBM design, and why they put on this lid I don't know, but it sure looks special. And this is stated that it's made in 1991. It's August in 1991. So we do have some clues about when this was manufactured. And I also did get some manual, and this is the Personal Systems L40X Brukerhåndbok. It's the user manual. And you have the configuration disk. I think this is written like it's some driver disk for something. And yeah, it's just a normal manual, but this is in really good condition. Quality control. And this is quality control, the 21st of March 1991. So this computer is from 1991 sometime. Yeah, but then we have seen just enough. It's probably just time to try to turn this on. I will connect this mice here to the serial port. Not the mice, but the trackball. And I have not lifted this out of the box, but this is the original power supply. It has a normal IC connector here, and it also has a date code of February 91, 15 volt, 2.7 amps, and it's universal 100 to 240 volt. And this plugged in right here, and it's a switch mode power supply. So I will just find some power, and yeah, before we try to turn this on, I will turn off the overhead lights. And already before we have turned it on, we do see something weak on this screen. Yeah, it stated 310 before we turn it on. And I don't think it's any other on-off switch, so that was a bit strange. That this should show this from the start. I will take a brief look in the user manual. This is the economy switch. Use so it could power save. It doesn't tell me much. I just leaf through the manual. I just have to check that there is no other on-off switch that we have missed here. Oh, this is the on-off switch. I will try to disconnect the power again. This time it's all about the IBM PS2 L40SX. And this was IBM's first entry into the 386 laptop market. Even though they had a model earlier with the P70, it was not a laptop per se, it was a portable computer. The L40SX had a 20 MHz 386SX CPU, and it had 2 megabytes of memory as default. It had a max memory capacity of 18 megabytes. When it was launched, it did use PC-DOS 3.3 and had a 1.44 megabyte floppy drive built in. Also, it had a 60 megabyte hard drive, and I do think that this is an IDE drive. The machine had a full-size keyboard, although it had no numerical keyboard. The display was 10-inch normal VGA double scan black and white side-lit panel that was made by Toshiba. And they got good review for this display. And the machine has a docking port at the back, and some places it stated that this is an 80 docking, but the machine is in the PS2 line, so it could be an MCA variation of a bus port on the back there. The machine weighs about 3.5 kilo. It was launched in March of 1991, and it had a lifespan of about 2 years. That is what discontinued in February 93. And this is the IBM announcement letter or press brief, or what you call it, when they launched the machine. And they used some marketing jargon language here when they say that this is a small, lightweight, battery-operated portable laptop system. And this is not a laptop per se, it's a desktop replaceable. The press brief also shows that the external 17-key numeric keypad also was delivered with the machine. It was not an additional thing, and also this was supplied with a carrying case. And the carrying case was not with our machine. This was one of the first reviews of this machine, and it got good reviews in the PC magazine in May 1991, and this was right after the machine was launched. And they say that this is the first laptop they've seen with a resume mode, and they also have some comments about the VGA display on this machine. They say that IBM did an excellent job of mapping the 32 grayscales of the display to color. So this display that was made by Toshiba has in some other reviews got a bit of mixed acceptance with the public. And the first review in InfoWorld say that the machine is a strong performer and it's expandable. It's got quite a good review in InfoWorld. But if we see in the August 1991 version of PC Magazine, where they point on this form where they has most bang for the buck up here, IBM is the lowest performer in this bunch, and this probably is due to price and some of the other variables they had in this. And they also stated in July that IBM slated the price of the L40SX just months after its release. And this is the total lineup of IBM computers that's in the portable range since their first launch in 1984. In 1986 it was the 5140 convertible, and then you have the two range of the sewing machine cases, where the first one was launched in 1988 and it has a replacement or upgrade or upmarket model in 1990 with a 486 DX. This was the year before they launched the 1991 L40SX. So the L40SX was kind of late to the market to being a 386SX portable with those dimensions. And the service manual for the L40SX is available online from several sources, and IBM has moved on, and the service manual is more pointed at changing whole units than repair and fault finding. So the manual, it's about average for this time period, and at least they have a service manual. You can get some help in dismantling the system and in getting it back together again, and you also have some measuring points to do fault finding. Most of this is centered around the voltages on the internal batteries. So it seems that IBM did learn a thing or two about giving it all away, as they did on the original IBM PC. So this was the short brief through our technical specifications of our L40SX. Now it's posting, and I can also hear a hard drive trying to spin up. It counts up to 10 megabyte, and it's a 601, 163, so it's error messages for lost time and power. And I can hear the hard drive is working with trying to spin up. And it did fail miserable in starting up. So I do think that the hard drive in this is not good. Yeah, now it's stated 310 again. And now it's again counting memory. It's trying to spin up the hard drive. I will try to zoom in a bit, like so on the screen. And I can try to put in the configuration disk, or I can try to of course boot this from DOS. But I'm not sure if I want to trouble this hard drive much more than I need to. It booted into to basic. Yeah, it started into to basic, and this is the original IBM version of basic that's built into ROM. But I will just try to do a restart. See if it does anything with the floppy. No, it does not. Yeah, it just loads the basic. So I will try with another boot diskette. This is one with DOS 5, I think it was. And it won't take anything from the floppy drive either. There are two things here, just that the power switch is not working, and that the drive is not acting as it should. I mean the floppy drive also. So I will try to disconnect power. And I will take the power on first time with the boot floppy inside. It's counting memory. Yes, it has the 601, the 161 and 163 faults. Yeah, that means that this was about as far as we are going to get with this today. Yes, sorry to say that we have another IBM that we can't boot into DOS, but at least it does try to attempt to start, so much of the electronics is probably okay. We do have a problem with the built-in hard drive. It tries to spin up, it reaches some velocity, and then it shuts down again, so that we have to investigate. And we also have the faults in the BIOS that needs some care, and the floppy drive was also not spinning at all. And if this is the same quality of floppy drive that is on many of the others IBMs from the same time as the P70 range, there usually are some capacitors that brings these floppies to an end, but there also is a way to connect normal floppy drives to this, so we might have to look into that. Otherwise, the machine is a bit yellowed. There are some small stains on it, not much, but otherwise it looks to be in mint condition. And as a bonus this time, I get two original Microsoft mice and an original Microsoft trackball with the fastening mechanism and everything. We do have the original IBM numeric keyboard that is in this special box design. And we do have the owner's manual, although at this time they was pretty thin. But this was of course a laptop or carriageable computer, so it would make no sense to have the full 6 kilos of user manuals to carry with you. So that's it for this installment in the Christmas calendar series. Hope you have enjoyed the series. I know I have enjoyed making these videos, and there is a lot of nostalgic feelings when I see these old systems, even though some of them did not come to life. So, thanks for watching and hope to see you again on my channel. So please hit subscribe, like and make a comment if you wish. Thanks for watching.